You know, way up there, hiding among all those stars you think you know, there's this hero, a huge one. And he's been there this whole time, just kind of waiting for us to notice. So, today we're diving into the story of the constellation Hercules, and trust me, its secrets are absolutely staggering. Think about this for a second. For literally thousands of years, people looked up and saw, well, they saw a question mark. The ancient Greek poet Aratus wrote about this shape, this figure like a man in toil. He could see someone struggling, but he had no idea who it was or what they were doing. The shape was there, plain as day, but the story, totally lost in the dark. Okay, but fast forward to today, and that mystery, it's solved. We know his name now. It's Hercules. But here's the kicker. What we found hiding in that patch of sky is so much bigger than just a myth. It actually connects our ancient past to, believe it or not, the future of our journey through space. So first things first, we've got to talk about the sheer scale of this thing. Because Hercules is, well, a total paradox. It's a genuine titan up there, but it's also hiding in plain sight. All right, let's put this into perspective. I mean, everyone knows Orion, right? The hunter, super bright, can't miss him in winter. But just look at these numbers. Hercules is more than double the size of Orion. In fact, it's the 5th largest constellation in the entire night sky. That's not just big, that's a titan, for real. So you're probably asking, if it's so huge, why isn't it as famous as Orion? Great question. And the answer is, Hercules is kind of modest. It just doesn't have any of those super bright, flashy stars that grab your attention. To really, truly see this hero, you gotta get away from the city lights and find a genuinely dark sky. But listen, there is a reason to go looking for this faint giant, and it's way bigger than just stargazing. Hercules has this deep, personal connection to every single one of us. Yeah, you heard me right. It's not just some random pattern of stars. It's our destination. Okay, so how do you actually find it? Here's what you do. Go outside on a clear summer night, like in June or July. First, find 2 of the brightest stars up there, the super bright blue-white Vega and the orangey-looking Arcturus. Hercules is hanging out right in between them. The key thing to look for is this little trapezoid shape. They call it the keystone. That's the hero's torso. So you go out, you find this faint little pattern. Big deal, right? Why should you care? Why is this dim, ancient shape so incredibly important for us right here, right now? Well, the answer comes down to this really cool concept called the solar apex. All it means is the direction our whole solar system, the sun, Earth, all the planets, is traveling through space. Think of it like the direction a boat is pointing as it moves through the water. And here's where it gets mind-blowing. That direction we're heading, the solar apex, it's located right inside Hercules. So when you look at that constellation, you're literally, and I mean literally, looking through the front windshield of spaceship Earth. That's where we're going. And we are not taking a leisurely stroll either. Our entire solar system is booking it towards Hercules at 20 kilometers a second. That's over 44,000 miles per hour. That isn't just a constellation, it's the direction of our future. Now, because of where Hercules is in the sky, away from all the dust and gas of our own Milky Way, it gives us this perfectly clear window into deep space. And wow, the treasures you can see through that window, they're some of the most spectacular things in the entire universe. A lot of these treasures are what we call globular clusters. And what is that? Just imagine a giant, glittering snowball. But instead of snow, it's made of hundreds of thousands of super old stars, all packed together by gravity into this perfect, dense sphere. And the most famous one of all is right here, M13, the Great Hercules Cluster. This is really the constellation's calling card. It's this incredible ball of more than 300,000 stars. It's so important that, get this, back in 1974, when we wanted to send a message out to potential alien life from the Arecibo telescope, this is where we pointed it. We basically sent a hello to M13. But that's not all. Hercules has another treasure, M92. It might not be as bright as its famous sibling, but its age is just mind-blowing. It's estimated to be around 14 billion years old. We're talking about stars that are almost as old as the universe itself. These are relics from the very dawn of time. And then there's this. Just when you think it can't get any crazier, in 2013, astronomers found something that just shattered all the records. It's called the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. It's a massive string of galaxies stretching 10 billion light years across. Let me say that again. It is the single largest thing we have ever discovered in the entire observable universe, period. Okay, let's recap. It's where we're going. It's home to the biggest thing in the universe. But how did this patch of sky get named after a hero in the first place? Let's rewind the clock and see how this anonymous kneeling guy became the greatest hero in Greek mythology. You know, for hundreds of years, he didn't even have a name. He was just the kneeler, some random dude up there struggling with something. But then, around the 5th century BC, the Greeks started looking at that powerful shape and thinking, you know who that looks like? Our guy, Heracles. A hero who wasn't famous for taking it easy, but for his unbelievable struggles. So the story goes that to make up for a terrible tragedy, Hercules had to complete 12 tasks that were designed to be impossible. I mean, they sent him up against beasts you couldn't kill, like the Nemean lion and the Hydra with all its heads. These labors weren't just about being strong. They were about being smart and tough, and they were his only shot at redemption. And tragically, his mortal life ended in pure agony, brought down by poison from that same Hydra he'd fought years before. But his father, Zeus, wasn't having it. He refused to let that be the end of the story. So he pulled his son's immortal soul up into the heavens and put him in the stars forever, like a timeless monument to his strength. So, we've gone from ancient myths all the way to the edge of the known universe. Let's bring it all back home and talk about what this all means when you look up at the night sky. So the next time you're out under the stars and you see that faint shape, remember what you're really looking at. You're looking at our destination, the direction we're all headed. You're looking at a cosmic P.O. box, the address we sent our first message to. And you're looking at an eternal monument, a reminder of an ancient story about struggle, strength, and finally, redemption. The journey of our entire solar system, some of the oldest stars in existence, the largest structure in the universe, and the legend of a timeless hero, it's all right there, waiting for you in that one patch of sky. The hero's story is literally written in the stars. So the only question left is, what will you see when you look up tonight?